Welcome back, friends. We're working our way through The Big Bang Theory, but we're actually going to check out the pilot for Young Sheldon today. I just finished season 10 of The Big Bang Theory, and this aired between seasons 10 and 11, so I thought it would be a good time to check it out. We know quite a lot about Sheldon at this point, so it'll be interesting to see how he interacts with his family when he's young, and how his family tried to adapt to his genius-level intellect and his eccentricities. I'm curious if he had a place that he designated as his spot back home, and will we meet the grandpa that was so supportive of his scientific endeavors? I'll see if I like the pilot, and that will help me decide whether I'll continue the show after I wrap up with The Big Bang Theory, but if you really want it, you can make the decision easier for me by leaving a like on this video to let me know that you want to see more. Full reactions on Patreon in the link in the description below. Let's get started.
I've always loved trains.
Jim Parsons narrates this?
In fact, if my career in
Cool.
theoretical physics hadn't worked out, my backup plan was to become a professional ticket taker.
Not a
or
conductor?
hobo.
Kelly, dinner's ready.
Science experiments.
I don't care how dim-witted you are, scientific principles have to make you smile. Of course,
Yeah.
nobody I knew.
Sheldon, if you don't get in here, I'm gonna lick your toothbrush. Come
That's my
Ugh.
sister, and she's done it before.
Oh no. Yeah.
I was exploring dimensional kinematics. Admit it, he's adopted. How can I be adopted when I have a twin sister? Think, monkey. Think.
You're
That's enough.
both adopted?
Adopted.
Mittens.
Leave him be.
He can hold hands with his family. It won't kill him.
We don't know
Isn't
that.
this Leonard's
Georgie, Did
bully?
you wash your hands for dinner or even this week? None of your business. Hence the mittens.
He probably washed it this week.
Thank you,
Aw.
God, for this.
How come we ain't got no tater tots?
I made tater tots last night.
I'd take tater tots over mashed potatoes any day.
Mashed
Just see what
potatoes.
made you. Everybody excited to start school Monday?
I am. How can I be excited when he's gonna be in the same grade as me? Don't worry, Georgie. I'm
Ooh.
not planning on being in the 9th grade for very long. You're gonna get your ass kicked in high school.
Language.
Language.
I'm not going to be assaulted. High school is a haven for higher learning.
Oh, dear God.
Ooh.
Speaking of God, who's going to church with me
Oh
tomorrow?
dear
I
God.
can't.
I gotta study my playbook.
Ooh, he fed him that line.
I'll go with you, Mom. Why are you going? You don't
Aw.
believe in God. I believe in Mom.
I'll take it.
It's so
Miss-
sweet.
Can't. Heather asked me
You're
to...
gone.
Son of a bitch.
Language.
Hey,
Ow!
Missy,
Food fight.
something at the dinner table. George,
He's just
Jane Goodall had to go to Africa to study apes.
In Matthew 9, verse 4,
Oh, he's gonna
Jesus
pick a
said,
fight with him, isn't he?
Why would you entertain evil thoughts in your hearts?
Do you have evil thoughts? I'm only 9 years old. Most evil doesn't start till puberty. Hello.
Aw. He's adorable.
Do you have evil thoughts?
Yes.
I'm having one right now. I'm gonna kick your little balls. They haven't descended yet.
Jeez.
When should I be expecting my testicles?
What is wrong with him?
nothing is wrong with him. Now turn around before I knock your lights out.
Evil thoughts.
These, you feel it in
My
your
mom was my Christian soldier.
leads to evil things and sits there
And for the
Detective.
record, they descended when I was 15.
into an act.
15. That's pretty late, feels like.
Look what a beautiful day it is.
Outside. This just became a horror film. This tiny little dog is...
Go play.
If only life were that simple.
Oh, if only his adult friends were here as kids. They would have gotten along well.
There. You're going to have to find someone else to torment on the playground.
Huh.
Torment? It means to maliciously harass.
Harass?
That's
Her-
funny.
Oh god!
Good girl.
Is this where his fear of chickens came from? Oh.
Do we have financial problems?
Yes, apparently.
Don't you worry about that. We are fine.
She's lying. She just said that to make you feel better.
Yeah.
Mom doesn't lie. Sure,
Doesn't
she
she?
thinks the Earth was made in 6 days, but that's because she's gullible, not a liar.
Oh no.
He doesn't need a bow tie.
It's his first day of school. Let him wear what he wants.
Mom, I can't find my bow tie.
Okay.
Dear Lord, why's he gotta wear a bow tie?
I have to find my tie. I have to find my tie.
Be
Oh,
right
man.
back.
Professor Proton, where's a bow tie?
Oh, Professor Proton.
George Jr.,
I had a
give me back
feeling.
that bow tie right now.
I had a feeling.
Don't you lie to me.
She's gonna find your dirty magazines. Shut up!
Oh.
You are not having a good day.
And it's just the beginning.
He didn't take it.
Then what happened?
You
to
did?
it?
I took it.
Oh, what?
Why would you do that?
Mary, the boy is 9 years old and going into high school.
He
Isn't that
doesn't
weird
need-
enough?
Give
Need
it to
bullying.
me.
Georgie's gonna be in class with him.
I think him acting like this will be worse. He's so happy now. High school's not gonna be as pleasant as he thinks. At least he's moving to college soon.
You understand that some people are going to be intimidated by you because of how smart you are?
Or maybe they'll recognize my intellect and make me their leader.
Lord, look after my son. Don't let him get stuffed in a gym bag.
Yes, yes, please.
That boy has an exposed tattoo.
He does.
I wonder if he knows that's in violation of the dress code.
Speaking of which,
Don't bring it up with him.
how about we lose the bow tie?
Perhaps he'll start a fad.
No, you won't. Please trust Mommy.
Oh, believe in mommy.
You take it off, and this weekend, I'll take you to Radio Shack.
Ooh. He's like, all right, deal.
And remember, if anybody bothers
He's so-
you, what do you say?
My dad's
He's
a
like a waist
football
level.
coach.
And?
My brother's a football player.
Good.
Hey,
That'll
Mom,
protect him.
look, that girl's pregnant.
A student, right? Yeah, probably. Oh no.
You have a good day, and I'll pick you up after school, same door we came in.
Are you crying or having an allergy attack?
Both?
Allergies.
It's probably the ammonia. Let the learning begin.
No, I think she's crying. Oh, even I'm getting misty.
I've been here at Medford for 29 years. I taught some of your older brothers and sisters, and sadly, some of your parents. Not much I haven't seen until today. I'm sure you're well aware we have a student
point
with
him
us. Yes, Sheldon.
Per the student dress and grooming code.
Oh
This
no.
boy's hair is too
Oh
long.
no.
This boy is
Oh
wearing
no.
sports attire outside of a designated area, and this girl's blouse is diaphanous, which means I can see her brassiere.
Thank you.
Also, in violation of the grooming code, on page 48, Article 5, subsection B, you have a bit of a mustache.
This is a stupid idea. This boy does
Damn.
not belong in our school.
5 minutes into my math class, he questioned my credentials.
How am I supposed to control a classroom when a kid accuses me of being in breach of the hygiene code?
Well, Hubert, it wouldn't kill you to shower a little more often.
Roberts University is a wonderful school.
He said I was intimidated by his intelligence, and then he offered to be my leader.
Uh-huh. He's sweating through his pits. Okay. He's drawn to this a little bit. Why'd you stop?
Do you know this sonata?
No,
How long have you played the piano?
He hasn't.
I don't play piano.
Evidently you do.
George, you got any thoughts here?
I certainly do. Mary, tell him.
Oh my god, George.
It's simple. We
George.
don't have a choice. We can't afford private school. I sure can't homeschool him. He's doing calculus and Euclidean something or other.
Euclidean geometry. Guess where I learned that?
Yeah,
Okay,
we know.
okay.
Can you help me out here, please? Because I'm dying.
I'd rather not.
Oh, oh my gosh. Back someone up.
G minor,
Ooh. I know this actor from something.
E flat.
He's not the Korean spy that Leonard went out with,
You
is
have
she?
perfect pitch.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweetheart, you should
Okay.
really pursue music.
No.
No, thank you. Musicians take drugs.
No.
Is there a faculty restroom I could use?
What position does he play?
Hey, look! It's the dumb brother.
Ooh.
Okay, Georgie! 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 Stop! Stop! What the hell's wrong with you? You can't let that bother you.
You got called to the principal's office.
Yeah, that wasn't so great.
I can't be in the same school as him.
Well, I don't see what choice you have.
Right. Ever since he could talk, I quit having any choices.
Yeah, I think you need to have a real talk with him.
I'm telling you, as your coach, quit your whining, get your uniform on, and you get your ass back out there.
What about his
But what
dad?
about as my dad?
Your dad's having a bad day. Listen to your coach.
Oh, jeez.
Can a clock be powered
Hey.
by an ordinary potato? I
Yes.
hope so, boys and girls.
He's
This
enthralled.
is going to be a really boring episode.
Missy's like, this is always a really boring
Why can't you
episode.
watch DuckTales?
Go somewhere else. I need to talk to your brother.
Why don't you go somewhere else and I can watch the...
Yo!
That would have been fair,
Wait,
honestly.
everybody. Hey, he was about to power a clock with a potato.
Not possible. Now, listen.
Am I in trouble?
No.
No.
You're not going to make it in this school.
They were breaking the grooming codes and the dress codes. I saw one boy with a t-shirt that said, "Bite me."
Yeah. Did you ever wonder why we moved from Galveston to Medford?
No, I tend to wonder about the bigger questions.
Okay, well, here's why. I saw some grown-ups breaking rules.
What'd they do?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Football coaches aren't allowed to recruit kids from other high schools to play on their teams.
And you told on them?
Yeah. You know what happened?
Justice descended upon the rule breakers?
I got fired, Sheldon.
What? How do you think this story went?
Bad reputation.
Oh, that's why you drink so much beer.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sad that you got fired?
Mostly angry. But yeah. Maybe a little sad.
Would you do it again? I guess the point of the story is that he wouldn't, but...
That was the first time I held my father's hand.
Couldn't be. He probably held your hand when you were a baby. But maybe intentionally? Yay, tater tots!
I wouldn't touch my brother's hand until 17 years later. Thanks to the
17?
invention of Purell.
Oh, Radio Shack.
Comforting?
What's that, baby?
In a world filled with uncertainty, this place will be here forever.
That was a lot more emotional than I imagined it would be. Alright, I enjoyed this pilot quite a lot. It's still a comedy for sure, but I think by virtue of being a show centered around family, they need to hit some good emotional beats. And if you know me, you know I love stuff that makes me feel something. Sometimes I let matches burn down to my fingertips just to feel something, anything. Anyway, there were some moments in this episode that really hit emotionally, so I'm immediately a fan. I did wind up forgetting some Sheldon lore though. I must have forgotten that he had an older brother, but it also seems like somewhat of a familiar fact. It was probably mentioned sometime before in The Big Bang Theory and I just forgot. And we definitely haven't met him on The Big Bang Theory yet. We might in season 11 or 12, especially since Sheldon just proposed and Amy's definitely saying yes. And I also think if people are invested in Georgie as a character in Young Sheldon, I'm sure they want to see what he's like when he's an adult. And Sheldon is close to what we all expected as a kid, but it's still fun to see him be himself and kind of cause chaos for people around him. And his parents are mature enough to be patient with him, but his brother and sister are just kids. We see him, well, at first we think he's just playing with trains, but he's actually doing a little science experiment. It's very, very cute. Missy threatens to lick his toothbrush if he doesn't come for dinner. I feel like his mom put her up to that to help him get to the table. And it was very sweet of Sheldon to go to church because he believes in his mom. And all the talk about his undescended testicles during that service was funny. The woman in front of them, though, geez. Like, even someone like me who's not religious knows the Lord says judge not. So good for Mary for sticking up for her son. Not very Christian to threaten someone with violence like that, but I think it was warranted. And Sheldon leans up against her shoulder. It was a very, very sweet moment. And it's funny that this 9-year-old child thinks his mom is gullible for believing in God, but he's also so naive about what high school is going to be like. He thinks it's going to be a haven for learning, and that the kids will recognize his intelligence and make him their leader. I'm definitely not on board with his plan to have underlings, but maybe just having a friend would be nice, though he definitely didn't make any by pointing out everybody's violations in the school code. Woof. But yeah, when we see Mary in The Big Bang Theory, she's mostly called in as a disciplinarian for Sheldon, or to come and try to get him out of a funk. Oftentimes she'll say things that are quite ridiculous, but seeing her here as a mom, she's patient, she's loving, and the little details matter to her. She worked hard to make food for everybody, and Georgie's in a bad mood and asks why they can't have tater tots, and the next day she makes them for him. It's something small, but it's meaningful, and she doesn't really try to change Sheldon. George was annoyed with Sheldon putting on mittens to hold hands to say grace, but she tells him to leave him be, and she fought hard for him to wear that bow tie, but also understood how hard it would be and gave him a choice and a reward for not wearing it, a trip to Radio Shack. You can tell she really loves her kids. And with George, we know eventually he cheats on Mary at some point. Sheldon witnessed it. And we also know that he passed away as well, though I don't remember exactly when and how old Sheldon is, so I actually think I prefer not knowing for now, because when that hits, it's going to be really, really painful. George, though, not exactly what I imagined given the God-fearing woman he married. He probably gets scolded for language just as much as the kids do. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I used to tutor a kid, and he said his parents don't allow him to watch anyone on YouTube who curses, because if they don't curse, that means they're good people. I'm still mind-boggled by that. Like, that's definitely some interesting parenting, to say the least. Meanwhile, though, I had friends with kids who use curse words around their kids all the time, didn't hold back at all, and they're the best parents I know. But anyway, back to George. You can tell he loves his kids too, but he's got a different style with it. He helped Georgie get out of going to church with mom by giving him the excuse of having to study his playbook. They kind of winked at each other after that. And then I appreciate the talk he has with Georgie in the locker room. He acknowledges that what Georgie is going through is hard, but also he acknowledges his own feelings and that the fact that he doesn't have the bandwidth for everything right now. And then him opening up about his problems with Sheldon to get him to understand not tattling on everyone is definitely kind of sad. The two situations are very different in a bunch of more nuanced ways, but he just wants to get across not telling on people to Sheldon. And yeah, Sheldon holding his hand at the end of the episode was such a wonderful moment too. As for the two siblings, I think Missy kind of doesn't get much of a spotlight in this episode, but I'm sure that'll come in future episodes. But she makes some good points. George could have talked to Sheldon somewhere else and she could have gotten to watch TV. Instead, nobody did. And she was right that Georgie was not going to have a good time on his first day. And I do think they gave Georgie's character a lot to work with in this first episode, though. He's clearly frustrated with feeling overlooked, and he has a chip on his shoulder because Sheldon gets attention because he kind of needs it, and for being so smart. The other kids also find a way to tease Georgie about it, and he's suspected of stealing Sheldon's bow tie when he didn't, and I don't know if Mary immediately thinking it was him means he's kind of tormented Sheldon before, but that would also be sad. There were a lot of small interesting details in this episode though. We see part of what made Sheldon terrified of birds, and I don't think we knew that Sheldon's family struggled financially. That's kind of a big bummer. I understand what that's like. Oh, the teachers. Okay, I can understand why Sheldon would rub them the wrong way, but for them to get so upset and want to kick him out immediately, that's just really, really sad. I'm glad he finds who I assume is the music teacher, and sadly, I was wrong. She didn't play Joyce Kim, the North Korean spy that Leonard eventually sleeps with. She did, however, play Mandy Chow, the woman Leonard kissed on the boat on that science trip, as part of the cheating incident he brought up right before he married Penny. Imagine how upset Sheldon would be if he found out Leonard made out with his music teacher. Anyway, Sheldon's not going to stick around high school for too long, but I hope we see some of these teachers step up more for him. And we also saw Professor Proton. Jim Parsons is narrating the show, which is a really, really nice touch. So yeah, really liked this pilot. In fact, if I don't react to it in the future, I'll probably just watch it on my own. But definitely leave a like if you want to see more of this when I wrap up the Big Bang Theory. That'll play a big part in my decision of whether I bring it to YouTube. Thanks for watching though. Full reactions on Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like and I'll see you guys next time with more. Bye friends.